And we are back making a sway day 2. We have the same objective is that we can build a sway to share about our Black history research. And yesterday we really focused on setting your sway up. So for the next few days, we're really going to be putting content from what you researched into this sway. Now remember, we do 10 steps a day. 10 steps. How easy is that? 10 steps. You can handle that. So let's start with step number 1, which is opening that project back up. We're going to reopen our sway through the Office 365 app that you open through ClassLink. You tap on sway, and then you tap to open your presentation. When you open your presentation, it's going to automatically have a view in Storyline view. You can see an example of what the Storyline view looks like at the bottom of my screen. Remember, you're doing the steps alongside with me, so this is a great place to pause the video and open up your sway before we move on to the next step. Otherwise, I'm going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. Step 2, let's add some content. Tap on the teal plus sign to add content to your sway. Today, we will be adding a stack. Tap on add content and then text. In the text box, you are going to type a sentence about your person's birth date. A stack is like you're literally holding a stack of note cards or photos. They're quick facts or images that you can sort through. And so today you're going to create a stack using some basic facts about the person that you're studying. And first things first is their birth date. So writing in a full sentence, use their first and last name and say what day, month, and year they were born on if your research gave you that much information. So for example, if I studied Claudette Colvin, my first sentence would say something like, Claudette Colvin was born on September 5th, 1939. And some things that I'm noticing in my sentence is that both the first and the last name have a capital letter. The month that she was born in has a capital letter. And there's a comma in between the day of the month and the year that she was born in. Also, peep right there at the end of the sentence, we've got an ending mark, people. Your sentence needs to have one too. Pause your video to write your sentence about your person's birth date, and then return back to this video for the next step in 5, 4, 3, seriously pause the video if you need to, 2, and 1. All right, people, let's add something else to the stack. Tap on the teal plus sign and tap on image. Search for an image of the person that you're studying. You can see that after you tap on image below it, it's going to pop up an automatic search result for the person that you're studying. Do you see in the second image that I have on my screen, on the sidebar, it's guessing that I'm going to search for images of Claudette Colvin because everything on my page is about Claudette Colvin so far. Isn't Sway so smart? So you might not even need to type in your person's name. You would just have to tap on the magnifying glass with their name underneath it. Once you find an image that you like, you're going to tap on it and tap on the teal icon that says add. What it does is automatically adds that image that you chose into the stack. You can see an example of what the image added to the stack looks like at the bottom of my screen there. There's my picture of Claudette that I picked out, and then it's going to have a blank caption. You don't need to type a caption for this step. We're going to be working with captions later on in the week, but for now, I really just want you to drag in a photo of your person. And here's a great one of Claudette. So go ahead and find that photo, and then we'll move on to our next step. Remember to pause if you need to. Don't fall behind on the steps. I'll see you in about 3, 2, and 1. Ah, it's beautiful. Let's add more to the stack. Tap on the text tool again. Remember that teal plus sign. When you tap on it, you have an option for text. We're going to write another sentence. The last sentence that we wrote was all about the day, month, year that our person was born. But now we're going to talk about where they lived growing up. Now, your person might have lived in more than one place. I know for Claudette, she lived in more than one place. But they were all born in a specific city, or they're all from a specific state in America. So in this sentence, you're going to describe where they are from. Claudette was born in Montgomery, Alabama. Take note of some of the things that I did with my capital letters. Of course, I capitalized the start of my sentence, which is also Claudette's name, so it especially needed a capital letter. But I capitalized the name of the city, put a comma after the name of the city, and then typed out the name of the state with a capital letter as well, and ended the sentence with a period. Take a moment to do the same thing. Write a sentence about where your person that you researched is from. Pause this video while you write that sentence, and then press play on this video again when you're ready for your next step. Pause here, otherwise we're going to move on in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to keep building that stack. Now this time when we tap on the teal plus sign, we're going to tap on image. Are you getting the pattern here? We're going sentence, image, then image again. That's how we're going to be building our stack, taking turns between sentences and images. So let's find a second image. This time, we're going to search for a picture of the place that they were from, the same place that you just wrote in that sentence. Select the picture that you like and tap on the teal icon that says add. Now here's a helpful hint because it might be a little bit harder to find this image. To find the best photo of your city, type the name of the city and the state. If I just typed in Montgomery, I'm going to end up with a lot of pictures that might not be of Montgomery, Alabama, so I'm going to be really specific. For example, I searched for Montgomery, Alabama, and you can see all of these images popping up of some government buildings in that city. I'm going to select the image that I like the best and tap on the teal add button. You do the same thing. It is your turn. So pause this video and then come on back when you finish. I'll see you in about 3, 2, and 1. We are on step 6 now. That means that you are at the halfway point in today's work. Congratulations, and you could probably guess at this point what you were going to do next. You did a sentence, then you found an image. Then you wrote a sentence, then you found an image. So you are back to writing another sentence. Let's add one more text box to the stack. So again, you're going to do that by tapping on the teal plus sign and then tapping on the word text. This time, we're going to type a sentence about whether they are still alive or if they have died. Now, in my example, Claudette is still alive, so you can see that my sentence says that. If your research subject died, type when they passed away. So for example, my sentence reads, Claudette Colvin is still alive today. Capital C in Claudette, capital C in Colvin, ending mark at the end. But I know for a lot of us, the people that we researched might have already passed away. So if your person has died, you should include details like in this example sentence. Rosa Parks died on October 24th, 2005. She lived to be 92 years old. Take this opportunity to write your sentence about whether or not your person is still alive or if they've passed away. Pause the video as you need to do, and then return to the video when you're ready for the next step. I'll see you soon in about 3, 2, and 1. One last photo. You guys know the pattern by now. Sentence, photo, sentence, photo, sentence, last photo. We're going to include a photo of what your person looked like when they were older in their life. Tap on the image and search their name again. Now, you might get lucky and you might just pop up with a picture of them when they're older when you search their name. And that's super fortunate, but maybe it would be hard to do that just by searching their name. So if you want to narrow it down, you can even type the word old at the end of their name. So instead of just searching Claudette Colvin, I searched Claudette Colvin old. Claudette was famous when she was 15 years old, so most of the images that we see of her are of her as a young teenager. It was hard to find a picture of her where she wasn't young. But after putting in the word old, I was able to find this image that you can see on my screen. So, you know the deal. Pause the video to find your image of the research subject that you studied in their older age, and return back to this video when you finish that step. I'll see you on step 8 in about 3, 2, and 1. Whew, you guys have done a ton today. And I bet looking at that stack, it just feels like it's stretching on and on and on. So let's clean up this design page. Do you see the tilted triangle in the top corner? It's right next to the words group stack. That means that the whole menu is expanded since the triangle is tilted down. So if you tap on the triangle, it's going to collapse the stack. It'll go from looking like this in the top image to this, the bottom image. A nice, clean, horizontal tape diagram looking row, as opposed to this long scrolling menu of things that you've made. Now that's a quick step, so maybe you've already done it while you were listening to this part of the video, but if you haven't yet, you know the deal. Pause what I'm saying before we move on to step 9. I'll see you in 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch our view to design mode so we can see what our finished stack looks like. You can see I made a circle around the word design so you can find that mode again to switch back and forth between storyline where you edit and design where you can view your beautiful work. So now that you're looking at design, you can see your stack. Your sentences look like note cards, and below it the images almost look like images in a photo album. To sort through your images and sentences, you need to tap on the stack. And you'll notice that as you tap on the stack, it'll send the thing to the top to the bottom of the stack, revealing the next thing that you loaded into it. So scroll through and admire that beautiful stack that you made before we go on to our last step of our lesson today. Welcome to step 10. And for your final step, you have to take a screenshot. You're going to show off that beautiful work that you made on Seesaw. Yeah, I know I won't be able to sort through the stack myself. That'll need to be a surprise later, but I could clearly see the stack from the screenshot when it's in design mode. So when you're taking a look at that beautiful design mode, take a screenshot of what you see on your screen so you can save it into your photo album. You know what this means, right? You completed your 10 steps of the day! Just like that, another day down on our Sway project, completing it 10 steps at a time. I knew you could do it. So now that this video is over, you've taken your screenshot, it's time for you to get onto Seesaw and upload a screenshot of that beautiful work to show off, and then we'll check back in tomorrow for the next 10 steps of this Sway project. Congratulations, my friend!